Okay, I am all of a sudden just whoa exhausted, but we're gonna try this out and see if I stay on long. If I just don't feel like it, I can always say no, not tonight. But we got my guitar. Trying to let's see where we're going here. Right here, Brady. I just bought this shirt and I just realized like it's not patterned on the inside. Like this isn't really one of those shirts you'd roll up your sleeves with because it has the seam showing. I didn't realize that when I bought it. I'm like, fuck. But that's okay. We're gonna just roll with it because we can. Why not? I am just feeling all of a sudden tired, but we're gonna try this out. I was gonna play this song. This is a song to play. Wait. No one's joining. What's going on? It's been a minute and a half, but that's what's going on. And this part is gonna be almost too hard to play on my acoustic. Ah. Hey, there we go. We're getting some people in. Hey, welcome in. These are just followers, though. So I wonder what happened with if it's not pushed out to the algorithm and the For You page. But welcome in. Hello. Hopefully you guys have been doing fantastic. I am feeling kind of tired all of a sudden, but we're gonna see how long we can stay up tonight. We'll see. Let's see. Let's monitor the live. We got 3 people in. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Okay, so now it's pushing out to the algorithm. Good. I've been on for like just a minute. I'm like, what's going on? But yeah, hopefully everyone's been having a fantastic Monday. It's been a decent Monday. I worked less hours than last week, and I felt like the day was just dragging. But it was a good day overall, and I'm happy to be here with you guys. So yeah, and I got my guitar. But if anyone wants to request up in chat, you can press the blue and the pink dudes down here. The topic tonight is what's been on your mind lately. We can talk about literally anything. And here we go. All right, we got someone. Good, because I didn't want to keep playing guitar. Even though like it's good to practice and it's good to get it out, I would rather talk. All right, let's go. Let's do it. Let's see here. Click. Come on, click. Okay.
Hiya.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing good. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 28.
Okay, cool. Same here. Whoa, nice. All right. So yeah, what's been on your mind lately?
I've been looking into hats
Hmm.
like a lot,
Okay.
and I'm getting overwhelmed by my options or like all the different schematics because like whenever I just buy a hat like off the rack, a cheap one, never fits my head.
Oh no. Like what kind of hats are you thinking about?
I want like a really so like completely round top, wide like starch brim, um, long, like kind of like witchy gothy type vibes.
Let me see. Like a witchy type gothy? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I mean simple and understated though.
Okay. I think I see a round top hat. I'm looking them up on the internet right now, just because I'm not too educated on different hat types. Um, there's this one that's like a brim. It goes like sideways. Looks kind of cool. I don't know. Um,
I've seen a
yeah.
lot that were like they have a crescent cut out on the brim and they're painted and they're pretty, but they're expensive.
It'd be cool to get like that kind of hat. I don't even know what kind of hats. What's it? I looked up round top starch brim hat. Is that a good Google search?
I'm not sure. Like, it's a wide brim. Probably not. I don't know the hat terminologies. I have to do a lot of Googling whenever I look into this, and that's why it's frustrating me because I just want to get a decent hat and move on with my life. I never want to have
Right.
to look up hat sizes again. But could you
Hmm.
imagine what going to like a local hatter costs these days?
Oh no, I can only imagine like hundreds and hundreds and probably even up into the thousands potentially, depending on what it is. I don't know, maybe not, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I've looked into custom commissions, like online orders for some local shops,
Mm-hmm.
and like at least 800.
800. Whoa. Okay. Would you pay that much for a hat?
Well, they do a lot of embellishments and also like basically like mold it to your head. Not
Right.
just the like dome, but like a lot of I don't understand how they do it and the way they iron it. And they tell you like what kind of hat will stay on your head and what kind of hat won't stay on your head and what kind of
Oh,
hat you're
interesting.
getting.
Okay, I didn't know there's like
Yeah.
different hats that wouldn't stay on your head. But I guess if it's like custom fitted, but like couldn't they make it so it's like custom fit anyways? I don't know. I'm just asking a bunch of questions.
I guess. I think my like main thing is I feel like I might be leaving to step out because I think those cute little wide brim sun hats at Walmart, like I think you're supposed to bobby pin them in or something, but I don't know how.
Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, this hat I got from a man. I don't even know where you'd get these hats or what they're even called.
Mm.
I looked them up. They're like I can't remember the hat name. I'm gonna look it up. Nice hat men name. What would it come up with? No, not that kind of hat. Okay, let's
Uh
see here. What hat does oh Peaky Blinders? That's probably a better one. A mix of 8 panel caps. Known as a newsboy or baker boy caps. So that's what this is called, a baker boy cap or a
oh.
newsboy. I looked that up like not too long ago and I forgot about it, but I keep forgetting the name of these newsboy. Maybe newsboy or baker boy caps. I like newsboy or baker boy caps works too, I guess. But yeah,
I think those trilbies look cute.
Chilbies.
Trilbies.
Oh, Trill B. Oh, Trilby
Yeah.
hat. Let's see. Oh, nice. I like these. Yeah. I'd be
They look like an
interested.
evil railroad villain.
Oh, okay. I can see that. I'd be curious to try on different kinds of hats. I just don't know where to go to like find hats. Where do you go to find hats?
I used to get like decent hats from Forever 21. But that
Oh
was when I
yeah,
was a teenager and like I would pick an article of clothing and wear it till it fell apart because I would become like my whole identity based around that one article of clothing.
nice. Isn't that a is that's not a thrift store, is it? No, it's not a thrift store, right?
No, it was like it was retail, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was retail.
Okay.
And it was
Mm,
like all the teeny bopper clothes for like nobody who was actually 21 and had to have a job was like dressing like that all day every day. But
nice.
yeah, it was kind of like club clothes. They would have some basics though, but they were hard to find because most of the time they would always have like juicy written on the butt or something and
What?
it'd ruin the whole outfit.
That's like weird, isn't it? Like, what? Why would you want anyone to look down there for one, and then think about juicy?
I mean,
I
if
don't know.
you're into it,
I
it's
mean,
cute, but it's
I
not what I'm looking
well,
for.
it reminds me of like the isn't it pink like a Victoria's Secret like they wrote pink on the butt and I'm like okay it's not pink though.
Oh, yeah. Well, it can be. I'll tell you one thing I know for certain. Whitening toothpaste
Hmm.
and butt bleach, same thing.
I never knew butt bleach was a thing. I'm learning.
It's sold as a specific product to like mark it up, but it is just like hydrogen peroxide,
Ooh,
basically.
instead of hurting, I don't know. Like, what do you do? Do you like just do like a handstand and like I don't know. I'm just don't even listen to me. I'm gonna stop going there.
Well, I mean, you just take a toothbrush that you don't want anymore.
Oh, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay.
It's really minty down there for a long time.
That's something I just learned today. I learned about butt bleach. And yeah,
Yeah, but the thing with Forever 21 and those like words they'd put, it'd be like on a navy green khaki cargo skirt with juicy
Wait,
written on the butt.
they put like a skirt. Well, I guess skirts can be like straight, right? I was thinking like skirts can like wavy, but that's not all skirts, and probably not many skirts. So I don't know. I'm not a fashionista. I don't know this shit.
Mini skirts are usually tight. They're more of like your blue jean skirt that are just like high up. There's also micro skirts, which are basically belts, but we call
Hmm.
them skirts.
Okay.
Um, so that's a micro skirt, and then a mini skirt. They're usually tight, but they can be flowy. But the thing is, like, if you wear a flowy mini skirt, it's going to flip up.
A
Like,
flowy mini skirt. Oh
if
yeah,
you
because
wear,
it's very
yeah,
wall. I mean, it's okay,
yeah,
but yeah.
like it will not cover your butt.
Hmm.
The cheeks are coming out to visit,
Interesting. Interesting. I'm learning
and then
things
you,
about clothes.
yeah, and then you have a midi skirt, and that can have the same problem.
You
So
say
midi's
midi?
like halfway down your thigh.
Oh, midi.
Midi,
Like the Secret Life of
yeah,
that guy. Just what am
the
I
secret
thinking?
life of midi. Oh, yeah.
Well, it's Walter Mitty.
And that's like halfway down your thigh. But those
Halfway
can,
down his
a
eye.
lot of
Okay.
them are skater
Yeah.
skirts.
Skater. I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah,
Skater
and they'll flip
skirts.
up too.
Skater. You know what's interesting? I work at a thrift store, and I've been going over a bunch of clothes to tag them, and I've seen a lot of skirts, but I've never seen this skirt. That's interesting. But well, skater skirts. So okay, I like these. These look nice. I think.
I'm gonna
Right?
tell you a secret.
What's a secret?
I went a long time with putting a jacket I bought from a thrift store directly in my closet and forgetting about it for
That's
a
okay.
very long time
That's
without
okay.
washing it.
Without washing it.
And like
Oh.
I knew it was there because I could smell it, but I would always forget.
Oh. Whoa. Whoa. What? It smelled, and you bought it.
It smelled like a thrift store.
What's the thrift store smell like?
Have you ever been into like a Goodwill or an America's Best?
It's been a while. I don't work at either of those, but the one I work
Mm.
in, they put air fresheners in not too long ago, and it smells like oranges.
So usually at a thrift store, I smell like old fabric and dust. I
Oh.
kind of have a strong sense of smell.
Hmm.
Yeah, old fabric, dust, something a little bit human.
Something a little bit human. What do you mean by that?
I don't want to say musty or even musky, but it has a smell like
Oh.
somebody's been here.
Hmm. Interesting. And that's what the jacket smelled like. But and you can smell it in your house, but you didn't. But like you just left it.
I could
It's like
only
what?
smell it when I open my closet door,
Oh.
and
Okay.
it's not a bad smell. It's not a bad
Okay.
smell at all.
Okay.
It's like a
I didn't know.
library type smell.
Okay. Library. That's very. That's a little bit more. Yeah. Hmm. I'm trying to think of library smells, but the library I went to not too long ago didn't even smell. But maybe my smell isn't as strong, probably.
Maybe they changed the formula to paper.
The formula
I
of what?
don't, yeah, of paper. Maybe they're using bamboo wood pulp to make paper now.
Bamboo wood pulp. Oh, like in books? Oh. Wait, what?
Yeah.
In books? I have no idea. But there's like old books. Like I'm sure there's a lot of old books in libraries. I'm sure. I never checked them out. I just went there to hang out. Good times.
I miss the middle school library. It had the dopest books.
Yeah. What kind of books do you like?
I pretty much only read fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
but like not like one thing I loved growing up were these mock diary series for actual princesses. And I made it all the way to Marie Antoinette. Like you started with oh god, Queen Elizabeth I.
Okay.
And then
What's
there
the
was Marie Antoinette
so the mock? Wait, the mock what?
diaries.
Like, is that? Do you like interact with it in a way, or is it just, or is that what it's called, like mock diary?
No. So
Okay.
it was written like it was the diary of Queen Elizabeth I when she was a teenage girl.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, you can get them online, mockdiaries.com. Wait, is that like what you're thinking of, or is it like an actual book?
It's an actual book.
Okay, book. I'm not seeing it. If you're looking for an interactive book to write in, no. The Dork Diaries?
Oh man, Google doesn't even know what I'm talking about.
I know. Unless I said mock diaries book, and there Reddit comes up saying books that are fake diaries, journals, logbooks, diaries, mock royal free images. No, Shutterstock, no. Um, yeah, I'm not seeing it. I don't know.
Hmm.
But the first thing that came up when I said mock diaries was a website. Um, I never heard about these.
I'm
The
gonna put
moth.
in a
Oh,
search real quick and
I'm
see if I can
seeing
find.
the
Oh,
moth diocese. Oh, wait, diocese.
the Moth Diocese.
The moth diaries. My bad. Diocese. Where
Moth
did that
Diocese
from?
sounds like a cool lead singer to a like band.
Lead singer. The moth diocese. That's interesting.
I don't know what a diocese is.
Diocese is like when it comes to like I think Catholicism. Let's see. Diocese. I'm not even gonna spell this right. Diocese is like an. Oh, let's see what it is. It's an administrative and geographical district. Oh yeah, within the Catholic Ang- Anglican and Eastern Orthodox churches that is overseen by a bishop. So like it just be like whatever districts you're in with each state, they have a bishop for each one.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Archdiocese of Kansas.
Are you from Kansas?
No,
I'm from
I
Kansas.
just thought
So wait,
Kansas
so
was a
so when
funny
you said
state to have
so
an
when you said that
archdiocese.
when you said that, I'm like, what? You know where I live? But I just told you I don't.
I know everything.
Oh no, oh
No,
no,
I don't.
not everything.
I really don't. I'm horribly confused most of the time.
Hey, that's okay. I think it's okay, saying that you don't know. I think we need to make that normal. And except instead of
I
like being
think
like,
so
hey, I know
too.
everything. Right. It's just like people just want to be right. And I get it. It's a
I I don't know because I'm kind of that mindset, but some like my high school English teacher like told me when I was writing essays, quit saying I think, I know, or I'm not sure. You're the one writing this. Like you're the one writing this essay. I know it's you talking. I know that's what you think. You don't have to tell me I think that.
you said that in like a teacher said that to you about an essay you wrote,
Yeah.
and you
So
said
like if
like,
it's wrong, somebody can tell you it's wrong, but you don't have to
oh,
like pretend like you're not sure.
oh, like wait, so like in your essay you typed I think this and that.
Yeah, in
Okay.
my opinion.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, like you put in your opinion too. I'm just trying to track.
Yeah, like you just state your opinion, like
Yeah.
without making any concession for it.
Hmm. Interesting. I this is a story. Why am I telling this story? We can tell it, Brady. Why not? It's about essays, and in college, I basically plagiarized. But what I did was I took like the sentences and just reformulated it into like how I would say it. But I took it like word for word for word, but like reformulated it and like said like with my vocabulary that I would use. And in the videos like that I watched, like I would take exact phrases from there and like mess it around, like just kind of put words in different orders. And
Oh,
the
absolutely.
the teacher um, called me out in class. He's like, Brady, this is like the best essay I've ever I've ever read. I'm like, oh god. And yeah, so
Oh no.
he made a big deal in front of the class. I'm like, oh god. But that's one story about plagiarizing. Sorry, guy. If you ever watch this, you're a good guy. You're a good teacher. I like the class. It was sociology.
I want to study sociology so bad.
It's interesting. I would like to study it again with me just like being more open to learning about things compared to freshman Brady in college, like not giving a shit. So
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody could tell me nothing back then either.
Yeah, it was that was a sad time in my life. Very sad time. Uh, I was a theater major, and I didn't go for theater. I went for film and new media, but I went specifically for 3D art and animation. And the first year, they don't didn't give us any of those classes. I'm like, ah, so I was like, they don't use theater classes. I'm like, oh my god. And then we had to like don't not donate, but we had to volunteer like 40 hours in the shop and 40 hours working one of the plays. And I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible. And I literally almost dropped out. But my mentor and good friend today, he's like, it gets better, and it did get better. So I appreciated that advice, and it was good to have him around. So,
That's good.
did you go to college?
For like, how long is 2 seasons? Because, like, I
Seasons.
went for fall and I
Hmm.
made it, like, midway through summer.
Oh, so you made it.
And I was like, oh no.
Wait, so you were so like it's typically fall and spring, and then summer is like optional, I think. And so you made it like a whole year, and then another little bit
No, I think I just made it to, like, from fall to spring. Yeah.
till
Yeah,
fall.
that's right.
Okay.
It was spring.
What were
Yeah.
you studying?
I was, like, taking the the prerequisite classes for nursing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. What made you decide to like
Yeah.
drop, like stop taking classes, or was there a reason why?
My family had to move, and it was like
Oh.
4 hours away from the call. Well, it wasn't 4 hours. It was an hour away from the college,
Mm-hmm.
so I had to drive there every morning
Ooh,
and
4 hours.
back after and the yeah, and it wouldn't have been as bad. But the thing is, like, nobody taught me anything, so I was just raw dogging college.
Yeah.
So I set it up like it was set up in high school. Like in high school, I take 4 classes a day. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
just take 4 classes a day here in college. So I was taking five. So I was taking 4 college courses a day after driving like an hour back and forth, and I just got burnt out.
Yeah, yeah. That's hard, especially like if you're not like close by to like and adding like driving hours on top of that. Because like that was how many credit?
Yeah,
How many credit hours? Like 4 classes, I think is 12 credit hours, right? I think I don't know. It's been a long
I'm
time.
not sure.
Yeah.
I really
So
miss it though.
yeah, yeah. If you could, would you go back?
I would definitely go back to get my basics because that college math class, like, we're both 28, so you probably remember too, like when things just like the curriculum just switched up on us like really quick.
Like with gen eds, like taking all those general education classes, or what do you mean?
It's kind of like around the time they switched to Common Core.
Common Core. That's not familiar. I don't. That's not a familiar term that I know.
It's like it's hard to explain, but it's kind of like making sure there's like a baseline level of information across like the entire country when it comes to school kids, like
Oh,
making sure they all have like a specific baseline. And when I was living in Mississippi, their baselines weren't really up to standards. It's the Mississippi educational system. It's not great.
like is that?
So they had
Are you
to
talking
catch
about?
up.
Are you talking about high school or college?
Um, High school.
Oh, okay. Wait. So, what's it called again? Sorry.
It's called Common Core.
Common Core. Yeah, I never even heard about that. I don't know what my school like compared to other schools was, but common. Let's go look it up. Common Core standards. Hmm. I'm not gonna read into this.
Yeah, it's a lot and it's complicated.
You're right. Give me a website, and I didn't know what to press. I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like it. Yeah.
It's a lot.
I don't know if I want to go back to college or not. Because like if I did, it'd be going into psychology. But like I find it interesting
Oh,
to learn about like the mind and how it operates and how other people operate and whatnot. Um, but I don't know. Like I don't. I hope I can find because like right now I'm kind of in a transitional period, so it'd be nice to find something within my profession again. But the film industry is not doing the best, um, and that's like unstable work too. So it's like not even guaranteed I'm gonna have a job. Like it's like 6 month contracts they have us sign,
Yeah.
and I was going on weekly extensions for 2 months after that, and I wouldn't know if I had a job until that Friday. And that Friday would come, and I'm like, yeah, do I have a job? And they're like, yeah. I'm like,
Oh
oh,
my
okay.
god.
um, but it was the dream job, and I'm glad I got it. But I'm happy that I got it, and I'm doing other things right now. And I think going on TikTok is a good thing for me right now, and to interact with people, and with the idea of like
Yeah.
aligning and progressing, and figure out what the frick are we doing on this earth together, and that's the goal. Um, but it's been good, and a lot of good people have come up to talk about anything, which has been fantastic. So I appreciate you coming up and just being open about
Yeah,
whatever it is.
absolutely.
Yeah. Um, where can we take this, Brady? Where can we take this? Um, I think sometimes pauses are okay because it gives me time to get a drink.
What you drinking?
Agua, water.
Solid choice.
This okay. This cup, like, it doesn't really like. It makes me dribble water.
Almost every coffee cup I own makes me dribble.
Coffee cups. I like coffee cups. I need to get a coffee cup for works instead of going to the gas station and getting coffee, so I can save money. I might do that this
Yeah,
weekend.
in some gas stations you can get those reusable cups and go in and get a coffee in a reusable cup. I never
Like
understood how people did that really.
reusing the same cup. I think people are just like, yeah, this is a refill or whatever. I used to work at a gas station, and it was terrible.
Yeah, I just think about how some people, like, if I really think about it, right, like how people were going out and buying up all these Starbucks cups and buying up all these Yeti mugs and all that. Like, I just thought, like, if I went to Starbucks every day and I used a different cup from a cup collection every day, could you imagine how the kitchen sink, like, how fast it would fill up? That sounds like so much work.
How fast the kitchen sink would fill up from all your cups, like from not being washed?
Yeah.
Okay, I follow
Yeah.
the logic.
I'm not, like, that would build up. I'm not washing one every day.
Understandable. This is bad. Don't say this, Brady. Okay, I'll say it. I never washed my coffee cup. I did occasionally.
No.
I did
What's
occasionally.
the point? What's the point? What's the
I know.
point?
It built up, and I'm like, okay, I need to wash it because it's like the lid's kind of getting gross, um, I do it every once in a while. But this guy's really weird. I bought this one. What was it? I've had this when I was homeless. I think. Did I? I don't remember. No. Yeah, I did. I had this when I was homeless. So that was back in December or November, and I've washed it. Guess how many times? This
3.
is this is sad to admit on live. I've watched this thing one time, and it was like it was how many? It was like maybe a month and a half ago. I know I need to get better at this, right? But it's like, let's see here. It's like you can't see it on camera, but there's some buildup. But I'm still living. I know.
I think it's like probiotics.
Um. Yeah, I need to wash my stuff better. But you got that information, so good job. You pulled it out of me.
I don't wash coffee mugs, or if like I have a water glass, I'm never gonna wash it. I'm just gonna rinse it out.
Hmm.
Like I'll use the same coffee mug for days, and I'll just like dump the remaining coffee out, like rinse it out under the tap, and then fill
Right.
it up with more coffee.
I think that's
All
okay.
that soap,
Yeah,
not
all
for
the
me.
soap. Right. Yeah, I hear that.
I don't use soap. I don't believe in it.
You don't use soap at all?
No,
Not
I'm
even
lying.
on your
I
hair?
just wanted to. I just wanted to seem
I
more interesting.
Well, when people are sarcastic, and I think that was sarcasm, but maybe not.
You'll never know.
When people are sarcastic, I take it. Well, I think I have too much good faith in people and just to trust them, whatever the fuck they say. I just like, yeah, Just like, all right, but
Yeah, you're sweet.
I appreciate that. I don't know. I used to be very sarcastic with my sister growing up as kids. Um, I remember being silly with her, and it's like been like this has been a journey. Like for who I am right now, like a year ago, probably like maybe like a year and a half ago, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now, and I'm like, whoa, like so much has changed, and it's to the point where I'm like getting better with each interaction, of course, but like I'm opening up more and being more silly, and I think it's been something I've always wanted. I'm like, why am I so broken? And it's been quite the journey. But why am I saying this? Because I think it's fun to be silly
It is fun to be silly.
and weird. It's okay to be
I don't
weird.
like how they're turning whimsy into an aesthetic.
Whimsy. Describe that and what that means for you.
Um, Whimsy means fantastical. I used to like, I tried to commit the actual definition to memory. So it's like fantastical, fantasy, ornate. No, I'm thinking of Rococo.
Here, let's look it up. Whimsical. Whimsical. Whoa, getting a burp. We're good.
Hell yeah.
Whimsical. Hell yeah. Whimsical is an adjective that describes something playful, imaginate, imaginatively, eccentric. God damn it, eccentric. And I know how to pronounce this word. Why can't I say it? Eccentric, eccentric, or lightly unusual. Is this like? Would this be like Luna Lovegood in Harry Potter? I don't know. It often
Yeah.
refers to a charming fairy tale like quality or behavior driven by sudden creative impulses rather than strict logic. I don't know what that last one. I'm trying to like put this to a person that I know and I don't know. Like is this a trend really? Like people are being whimsical?
Yeah, it's like a fashion trend, kind of.
Oh, fashion trend.
Yeah, it's like I don't like cottage core before cottage core was taken over by trad wives. Now people are doing
Cottage
whimsical.
core. These are you're giving me so many things to look up. Cottage core. Oh, it does come up right away.
Yeah, it's a subset of pastel goth, I think. That's how the style evolved. While
Oh,
taking from
so
Lolita subsets.
there's a guy dressed up in a dress, and it's funny. I'm looking up cottage core, and it's literally one of the first things, which is interesting. This is like dresses that look decent. I think I like these. I like the look. It reminds me of like
Yeah,
like
they're
going
like
to going to like a wine yard or something like that. I don't know.
some of them get into milkmaid territory.
Milkmaid. Let's look it up.
Pioneer woman.
Milkmaid. Oh yeah. Would you wear that milkmaid stuff?
If you ask nicely.
If you have, would you please? No I'm kidding. Oh man. Milkmaid.
I like
Interesting.
the braids that milkmaids do.
The braids? Oh yeah, I see it in this cartoon. Let's see if we can find a real cartoon.
Yeah.
There's a there's like a wig with one of the cartoons. She has like a white wig. Um, YouTube you can't see it, but now you can. Hello YouTube. With like one person watching each week.
YouTube
Okay,
shorts are weird.
YouTube Shorts. Why do you think that?
Or YouTube live.
I
I don't
don't go
know.
live on YouTube. I just document. Well, like so you're gonna get some stories here, but I'm bipolar and I have been in mania last year, and I went on live to interact with people, but to document it. And I thought it was a good thing to document
Uh,
stuff so people can see how it's like um, for educational purposes. But it was also for me to go back to if I ever want. But ever since then, I've just been keeping them up on YouTube and just like if anyone wants to see them, they're there. Which I don't know. how many people want to just like watch like long form discussions about literally anything. Uh, I don't think it holds attention spans that much sometimes, depending on the person, I guess. Um, but if it's only like a couple people I talk to a day, I think that's better than nothing, right? So I've really been enjoying that.
That's good.
Yeah. So
TikTok lives are kind of weird too because it kind of feels like a Discord call, but like I keep forgetting there's people there
it does kind
just
of feel like that,
listening.
doesn't it? Yeah. It's really interesting. I typically, whenever I'm engaged with another person on here, I don't look at the chats. But now I am because I'm just drawing attention to it. Um, but yeah, I typically try to keep my focus onto the person. And then some people are like, "Hey, like this person needs to come up." I'm like, "Okay," um, and I'll listen to them depending on who it is. Um, but yeah, do you believe in God?
No.
It's okay. It's like,
Wait, what did you ask?
are you agnostic or atheist, or what would you consider yourself?
Um, I'm a little bit anti-theist.
Okay,
I teeter
anti-theist.
to that edge.
So explain what that means.
So, like, I don't think religion is healthy at all.
Mm-hmm. But like, what? So religion would be more like the organized, like going to church, right? And doing all that, right?
I don't believe in spirituality either.
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
To some extent. That's not the full truth, but for
To
the
some
most part, I
extent,
don't. Yeah. I, like, at this point, I just, like, I could say I'm agnostic, but at this point, I, like, functionally, I'm more anti theist and atheist.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just not, like, it, besides the laws they pass and, the way they treat people, like, on average, I just, like, it's not for me. It's only ever in my
they
purview whenever it causes an issue.
they being like Christianity, or like what kind of, like they being what?
Yeah, it's mostly the conservative voting bloc,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
overwhelming. Well, yeah, because the Southern Baptist Church is the largest denomination and they run very Republican conservative.
yeah. It's very interesting when it comes to talking with people about the Bible. It's like it doesn't correlate with their God that they typically describe being like all powerful, all knowing, all good, all perfect, whatever, all omnipresent. Um, and then if you compare it to like the Bible or even like what we see in the world today, it doesn't correlate. So I have issues with the Old Testament. But like I would say for me, I'm agnostic but spiritually leaning for reasons I could get into. But I think the idea of Jesus is important. Um, and
Mm.
I think that's a good thing to keep. Like essentially, there's all these like ancient texts, and I think we can like take from them and like build upon a better story, a better story essentially.
Mm.
That's universal. Hopefully,
Oh,
that people
I see.
that people can get behind, and I think being like the bridge and like being agnostic is a good way of like being the bridge because I can be spiritual and have my own beliefs, but like if I ask other people like what they think God is, and I can be like, okay, that's interesting. Maybe I'll like, hey God, goddesses, whoa, hey goddesses, how you doing? Okay, all right. I can be like, does this make sense to you guys? Anyways, um, sorry. Uh, I'm kind of delusional sometimes, but I think it's important to be
Uh,
delusional at times if we know it's a delusion.
that's fair. I mean, at that point, that's just play. And I think play
Exactly.
is important.
Yes. Okay, you get it. You get it, and you're
I
atheist.
understand. I noticed that you, the way you speak about your feelings of spirituality, that does just sound like storytelling to me. Like in a
You
good
get it.
way.
You get it. You
Like
get
as an
it.
art form.
Yes, it is. Because we've been telling stories since we probably couldn't even think we were telling a story in the first place.
Yeah, that is very true. But I see what you mean. I don't know. I feel like too many people, like, I can understand it, and I'm an atheist, but a lot of people who aren't atheists can't understand. Like, a lot of people have a hard problem drawing that line between this is storytelling, this has a function, this has um a limit,
Mhm.
but a lot of people don't recognize that.
When you say what are we talking about here when it comes to this thing?
So you can be spiritual and see religion as a tool.
Yeah.
But a lot of people who are religious and spiritual can't do that. They take it literally.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it depends because, gosh darn it, when we go back to the Old Testament, and I bring this up to a guy that comes here to talk about, well, to where I live, and he talks about the Ten Commandments, and I brought up a bunch of different things, and one of them was the God commanding His people to kill the Amalekites, every man, woman, children, infant, donkey, ox, whatever, and he had me listen to this podcast. I'm like, fine, and I ended up doing that, and they basically were like, is this the God of love or the God of genocide? And they brought up this passage, and they're basically saying that this is, you shouldn't take it literally. You can either take it, look, you can take it literally, but we can either take it spiritually, like through Jesus's eyes, and be like, yeah, I'm gonna kill all the man sin inside me, or the child sin inside me. I'm like, this is stupid. Or you can take it as an exaggeration, apparently, like that it wasn't, literally, it was an exaggeration, and it's like these guys are just being intellectually dishonest. I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, they take it in different ways, and this is why there's so many denominations within Christianity, because they can't come to a conclusion about what is and what isn't, which is okay. But then again, I would say
Yeah.
if it was God that was like divinely like reading, like writing these, like is the Bible divinely inspired? And some people would say yes. Like, why make it so confusing then?
Honestly, I just feel like it's kind of a vestigial organ that we've not quite yet entirely lost the use of.
Yeah. Um.
It's like
I
an
don't.
appendix.
I. Hmm. Hmm. I can see where you're coming from with that. Um. I think there's things to the mind, the body, and I would say the soul that we don't fully comprehend as a collective.
Yeah. I
When
think a
you're
lot of us don't really understand how we conceptualize soul. Soul is a hard thing to conceptualize.
I think, well, I would say it's like right down here, like below the sternum. Like, do you ever feel
The whole of
touch?
your personality, like your essence.
Well, maybe it's like, what's down there? And is that me? Is it me from another planet? I don't know. But anyways, like, well, like, have you ever had like feeling like radiation, like it radiating like through like your chest, like in a good way?
Um, yes.
And that could
Often
be
when
a
yeah.
oh, what was that?
But like I get that same feeling when I take pain meds, not gonna lie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
When I used to.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's just the serotonin and oxytocin inside of your mind, like kind of causing that feeling. Because, like, whenever you have a feeling, it's not just that pleasant, blissful feeling of being in good company that you can get that spiritual, quote unquote, feeling from, but you can also get, like, whenever you're angry, you start to tense up and you
Mm-hmm.
start to feel hot, whether or not you're actually hot. Um, and it's the same thing. It's
Right.
just your body reacting physically to an emotional response.
Yeah, and there's ways to explain it, which is fantastic too. Like getting into like the science
Yeah.
behind it. Like with my, like if I speak a word or a thought out or whatever it is, and like it resonates with someone, and they say some words back, and then I'll get chills like that, just like deeply in my nervous system. Like I just feel like that resonates, and it's like true, like what happened there, and it's like there's better ways to explain it in scientific form that I'm not doing, but I think the more like we are like conscious and aware of like our thoughts and our feelings and whatnot, we can indicate, like we can be more conscious of our behaviors, but like putting like just like observing how we feel. Like right now, I'm more at like peace. I feel at peace, and I feel like a warmth like a subtle warmth in my chest. And I think it's good to like explain this in detail sometimes, just to like be aware of like how we are, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, just like body checking and being more in tune with whatever sensations you feel with your emotions. It's like meditating.
Yeah, I agree with that. Um, but like regarding like religion being like an appendix, I would understand where you're getting at with it, but I think should I go here, Brady? Hmm. Um, I'm curious if you can explain this in a scientific way, but and there might be a way to explain it scientifically. But in Mania last year, I was fasting, and I went to a restaurant across the street, and I was acting like Jesus in a Brady way, not being Jesus, but acting like Jesus in a Brady way. And you can take that subjectively however you need, right? And I go into this restaurant and I order bread and water. And just like nibbling on bread if I see something good in the restaurant. But the story starts here, where a man behind me starts saying a bunch of fuckity fucks, and I turn around and he's like with three younger girls, like one has to be like 5 years old, and their mother, and then someone else's mother with them. And I just turn around and just like eating my bread, and he keeps like negatively just like saying this like out loud. And so as I'm eating my bread, I turn around quickly and say zip it, like hiss zip it at him, and like instantly he's shocked, and he gets like angry and whatever. And so I turn back around and I nibble my bread, and I kid you not, I felt spice on the tip of my tongue, and I turn around, and this guy just like angrily like just devouring his Nashville chicken sandwich, which is a spicy chicken sandwich. And I don't know what this exactly means in a way. Like I was just in those states of mind, I'm just like grandiose thinking and
Mm.
euphoric and higher. It feels like I'm in a heightened awareness, and like maybe I can explain it where like we were like both activated in a sense to where like I got him his attention enough to make him feel embarrassed in front of his family, and to where he felt angry to where like I was able to feel what he felt on his tongue. Does that? I don't know if that makes any sense, but like I
Um,
maybe scientifically it can be explained.
have you ever tasted anything in a dream?
No, I don't think so. At least.
I've tasted things in dreams before. The first time it happened, it was like I don't know why, but I remember in the dream I was eating a raw egg and like I just cracked it and slurped it down and it tasted like French toast.
Like French toast. Okay, nice.
Yeah. So I guess my point is like we are capable, like our minds, of producing those sensations on their own. And I think it might have, I don't know anything about I'm not parasitic, parasympathetic nervous system.
I've no idea what that
Um,
is. I'm gonna look it up. What's it called?
I
Like
might
you
not be saying
frozen?
it right at all. Parasympathetic nervous system?
Parasympath. Oh yeah, it's coming out. Let's see what it is. The parasympathetic nervous system is a division of the automatic nervous system responsible for the body's rest and digest functions. Whoa.
Oh,
So it is a thing, but probably not what we're thinking of.
nah.
But
Um,
I
but like those physical sensations.
yeah. Um, maybe I really don't know. Like maybe because like I said something I shouldn't have. He didn't want me to say it, and I got spice on my tongue, and that's like something I don't know. It's probably not, but like it's just really it makes me curious, and I share it on live because who the hell else am I
Yeah.
gonna tell at this point? Like who else is I just want like is anyone experiencing this
Yeah.
shit? It's like just reaching out and reaching out and reaching out, and I'm just like it's interesting, and if people can explain it, they can explain it, but like I think sometimes what am I gonna say? Hmm.
I think you noticed what he was eating and you imagined it was spicy. And because you were imagining something spicy while you were in that heightened state, you like tasted it.
But I didn't notice it until I felt it.
Ah.
Like he like I said zip it, and I turn around and I start nibbling, and when I start nibbling, that's when I feel it. And then I turn around, I'm like, what the fuck? And then he's just
Oh, you're
devouring me. He's
right.
just,
I don't
it's like,
know. Yeah.
right. And so like we can just mark it as an observation, but there's been other things that happened in mania, but like also in my life outside of it, where I'm just like, you know what, I create a story from it, um really, what's the harm if I'm not forcing other people to take it as like divine or like not divine or whatever they like. I'm not forcing people to take this however they need, people can take it however they
Yeah.
need, right? So I'm like, you know what, maybe something bigger was happening there. And should I explain this next part, Brady? We can. So it makes me wonder about this idea of Jesus, right? And I think it's important, like I said, to hang on to this idea. But I'm not saying this is true. So if anyone is Christian in the comments or following us along, this is just a thought experiment, okay? So imagine that Mary understood the power of belief, like it was just like, holy shit, like belief is powerful. And what if she lied about having the Son of God, and she got a collective to believe in one divine thing? Like, what does this do to a child or a teenager or an adult when all you've been told your whole life is that you're something that you're not, but you are? And so I'm like this. Geez, us? Geez, us? And look, I go here because, like, what if we all have this opportunity to do something that we might be able to do together instead of one person? It's not going to be one person again because that didn't work out. It hasn't worked out time after time.
I think I kind of follow what you mean.
I'm keeping it kind of vague, but I think I put it
Yeah.
out there. Um, let's and this is why I say, like, what if there's more to the mind and the body, and I say the spirit or the soul or whatever you want to call it. Um, and I think the more we just discuss stuff like this and try things out, like we can go, we can talk, and we can go explore in the world and do whatever. And I think if we are fearless with who we are as people, so like my ethos is fearlessly be for others and myself. And if we go through this and aspire to be the most greatest thing we can possibly conceive of as a unit, as a whole, as a human species, potentially there'll be harmony in the future. If not for us, then for the future.
Maybe. One can only hope so.
Well, what else can we do at this point? Wait,
Yeah.
wait for someone else.
I mean, I guess. I think sometimes, like in times like these, it's really just acknowledgement that I find the most important. Because
Acknowledgement
I don't
in
know,
what
because
sense?
it's just like a me thing, I think. Because like when people are trying to be reassuring, like I don't really want reassurance. I want acknowledgement of how bad things actually are and how bad they can actually go. Like I want somebody else to acknowledge it. I don't just simply want like to be reassured like it's all going to be okay, but like it might not all be okay.
Yeah. I think this is depends on the person, and I think it's a good thing to be aware that things might not be turning out. Um, but I think that can sometimes be detrimental depending on like how you take it, right?
Yeah.
Um, um, like I imagine in the future or in the past, the past, right, Brady? Yes, there might have been a group of whatever together in harmony, divine potentially, whatever it could be, and we can take this as ever we need, however we need. But like we decided, or they decided, um, that we could fragment out again and become what we are now, knowing that in the future we'll come back and be whole as one, well, collective, like but a whole in a sense. And that idea kind of well, it comes from well, it just kind of resonates with me in a way because like, what if that was the case, and that's why we see the world with how it is today, and what if they're experiencing it through us, and we're experiencing this again? If that makes any sense.
Uh, it sounds like some things I've heard with like quantum mystics before.
Quantum mystics.
Like, so like the idea that we can't tell if we're, well, not quantum mystics, that's something else. But
Okay.
like the idea of like simulacrum, like we don't know if we're in a simulation or not. There's no way to tell.
Yeah, and that's interesting because like I can explain the story further. Like, what if there is a confused agent upstairs that thinks it's a god, but it's not, and we are just either good actors or bad actors. Some of us might be agents, but it goes from actors to agents to gods, to where the gods created us as technology for this agent to understand what it's like to know, so it can be a god with them all. What do you think?
Like a practice run.
Well, not really practice run, but essentially, this confused agent upstairs is not doing well, and they've been kind of tampering with how things are, and we don't like that. It's not good. It's not good. But there's ways we handle this confused agent right down here, but up there, like it's work. It's all working out because like they're experiencing it through each of us and every living thing to ever be and will be. And once they experience that, it clicks, and then they become not an agent anymore. But they're like, yeah, we're gods. Well, they are gods, not us, not us.
So isn't that kind of like what a demiurge is?
I have no idea what that is. What is that?
It's kind it's kind of like what you described, a god that, or like a higher being that thinks it's a, like the god, but it's not really the or a god.
That's
It just
interesting.
thinks it is
This is so
and
cool to
tricks
learn.
people into thinking it is.
What
I
is
think
what's the name of it?
demiurge.
Demiurge.
Yeah. It's kind of like within Gnosticism, they believe that.
Agnostics believe this.
No, Gnostics.
Oh, Gnostics. What's a Gnostic?
Yeah, it's a sect of Christianity
Oh,
that take like they have like different books of the Bible completely.
so demiurge is a philosophical or religious concept of a divine creator, artisan, or craftsman responsible for fashioning and maintaining the physical universe, but distinct from the ultimate supreme being. Oh, okay. So like, okay, interesting. Responsible for fashioning and maintaining the physical universe, but the supreme being didn't make the physical universe. This demiurge did. I'd be curious to learn to if someone believes that. I would be curious to talk to them about it. That's interesting. Huh. Cool. Not Gnostics aren't Christian.
I could see how a lot of Christians wouldn't consider them Christians, but if they consider themselves Christians, that's what I consider them. I don't split
Hmm.
hairs.
Yeah, I don't know. Gnostics. Let's look it up. God, it's just like not doing it for me because I probably spelled it wrong.
I bet they have cool outfits. They're kind of punk.
Let's look it up. Look up images. Well, I looked up definition after it, so let's look up Gnostics. So this guy is bald, and he has like a bunch of cool like circles above his head and in his brain. Nice. And then I'm seeing, I think this might be Jesus. I don't know. Probably not. But he's holding his hands up like this. Peace be with you. Be not
Oh.
afraid. Be not afraid. Sorry. Um, let's see. Gnostic's definition. Let's go back. Gnostic, derived from the Greek word gnostis, no, meaning knowledge, generally refers to having or related to special mystical or esoteric spiritual knowledge. Depending on context, it can describe a broad philosophical concept or a specific historical religious movement. Interesting. We're learning today. Hmm. But yeah, I think it's. I think maybe we can rearrange the what is it? The part in your body you want it cut out and lift it a little bit higher and keep it in and keep it in. I don't know. I'm just making bullshit at this point. But like, I think the stories we tell ourselves is critical to like progressing as the human species. And I think getting on if we can like start a trend where we start trying to find agents on Earth. It's like, hey, are you my agent? Really?
Um, about that. Play it cool.
So no.
Um,
I'll take it as a no. That's
so I
okay.
think Gnostics believe that they believe that the more like life is basically about like education and enlightenment.
I like that.
I
I
think.
think there's always something to learn. Oh man, I'm getting this TikTok puzzle piece. Okay, we got it. We plugged the piece together. All right, we're good. Yeah. Sorry. What do you say again? Because I was gonna say something, but I forgot.
Yeah, I don't really understand much about Gnosticism, but
Oh
I do
yeah,
know they
about
believe in a
knowledge.
demiurge. Yeah, they believe that the god in the Bible is a false god and is a demiurge.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
And you basically have to learn your way out to escape God, I think.
That's kind of interesting. I think coming back to being like agnostic is almost essential in a sense to understand a lot of things like other than just religion like just saying I don't like why can't we just normalize saying I don't know sometimes, right? Like I think everyone just wants to be right. And
Yeah.
I think coming to an understanding of like how like something is on your own I think is critical because like we always got some people like telling us what we should and shouldn't think. But like if we just like really go back and be like, okay, well, I don't know, so why do I believe this? I had a really stupid example. I'm not gonna go over it because it's a stupid example. Should I do it? Okay. So imagine me telling you that an outlet in the wall, like we don't know what it is. Like it just boop, popped into existence, and I have the knowledge of it.
Oh.
I have the knowledge of what this thing does, and we know if you plug something into it, it sends electricity through something to power it up, right? But what if I told you that outlet turns me on, makes me rock hard. Sorry, and God damn it. And like, would you believe that? And like, if you didn't know what it was, like, would you be like, maybe this outlet turns me on? Sorry. Anyways, it's really a stupid thing, but like, it's basically saying like we should understand how something works to an extent where we can figure out why it's important to go with that idea in the first place. But then there's some things that we just kind of suspend belief or to like with scientists with like medication. Like I don't understand how all that works, but like I'm like I trust them because they're higher ups, and as higher ups, people who are really smart in their field, we can listen to them, and I think it depends when it comes to each and everything. But I think as an individual, like going back to agnostic, like being going back and saying I don't know, but then be like, okay, well, maybe this is good and maybe this isn't.
Uh, yeah. I honestly trust scientists a lot, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't doubt much.
Well, it's
I try to
interesting because
avoid things like chemical scares.
chemical scares. What's that? What would that be?
Chemical scares is like, did you know that there's this pesticide covering almost all the strawberries in the US?
Oh,
But like the pesticide is technically carcinogenic, but it's carcinogenic the same way the sun is carcinogenic. Yes, if you get too much of it, but you would have to eat an inhuman amount of strawberries in order for it to affect you as a carcinogen.
interesting, huh? I didn't know about that. Yeah, I think I'm very much to the point where like science like it can't explain like what like the methodologies like how something works. But I think when it comes down to like understanding like consciousness for in general, like in general, like and it's just like what the fuck am I trying to say? Consciousness. Like I think we have to like intrinsically understand what happens within that, and we don't have the solution for that with the current scientific method. But like it's good to have the scientific method because we can demonstrate something and reproduce it and be like okay, so that makes sense. Um, but like even like science is this true and help me understand this, like even with gravity, like it's still a theory, right? But like it's accurate enough that we just like be like yeah, it's a thing, but like science isn't necessarily prove it. Is that right? I don't know if that's the right way to phrase it.
Um, I think there would be like a way to prove it through the scientific method. But I know if you suspend your belief, or would that be more suspending your belief rather than suspending your disbelief?
I don't know. I don't know.
It almost feels inverse.
Hmm. So like it's interesting too because like with the scientific like with science like we can always like add on top of it or like keep on progressing
Yeah.
and and I think that's a good thing with it like
Narrative
we
storytelling.
yeah you're going with it you know where I'm going for it and it's one of those things where um I think it's possible to bridge the gap between science and I'll say spirituality, not religion, but even maybe religion. I think there might be something to that, um, but that's just a theory. I can't prove it.
A
Um,
game theory.
yeah, it's like it's interesting because like, well, do you ever just like close your eyes and like imagine something? You're like, where did this even come from in the first place? Where do words even come from in the first place? And like, how do we even form all this? And like, we just apply meaning to and that was just a bunch of gibble and jarbish. Like, we literally apply meaning to literally anything we can to the point where like that's what becomes something that is a part of us. So like if we apply meaning to something so abstract and if it's possible to get people on board, if it makes sense to them logically, then why not try, right? That's what I think.
Try to get everybody on the same page.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for people in conflict, like in with people in violence, or if they're living with someone that's violent. Like it, like some things are too far, like to. Well, I don't know. It'd be interesting to figure that out in the future. But I think we start small, right? And here, I'm gonna close my water bottle. Look, I think even if you're atheist, I think you understand what I'm saying. So we're like aligned, I would say, and like we don't always agree on everything, which is okay, but we're aligned and we understand our mission. I would say, which is progressing as the human species, and I think you would agree with that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, where do we go from here?
I was just thinking, like, we do seem, but there's a lot of problems that can come. I think that's where the trouble starts, really, is like when you want to achieve something, you have a common goal in mind, but like, there's so different ways of going about it.
Which is fantastic. It's not my master
Yeah.
plan. It's all of our plans, and it's up to us to
Right.
speak this together. Like there's my mush, my brain is dark, and it's going out into my fingers and into my words into this microphone, into your data receptors, and and you're collecting that,
Yeah.
and
Bluetooth
and
actually is pretty wild.
isn't it? Yeah, it's amazing. Technology is fantastic, even though like it has done some bad things. Well, it has done bad things, of course, but like with great power comes great responsibility.
I'm really scared of the robot dogs.
Like the Boston Dynamic ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is that?
I feel like they're gonna start attaching pew pews to the back of them and just having them walk around Amazon warehouses to keep it safe. And they'll probably malfunction
What?
and go haywire.
Why would they do? Why would they guard the Amazon warehouses?
Um, because people be lighting them on fire.
It only happened once, didn't it?
I think it's happened a couple times now.
Why would they give these robots guns?
To keep the populace in control.
Yeah, but why robots? Why not actual human beings?
Uh, well, you have to negotiate with actual human beings.
There's
They might take more
negotiate.
resources.
So these human beings that have to be negotiated with, they're like, yeah. So it's going to be harder to negotiate with these guys. So we're going to strap them to these robot dogs that can somehow aim the gun at targets in real time. Which is probably possible, but I'm saying like what to
Well, they
just
could be in
guard
full
Amazon
control of. They could be in full control of the robot dogs. They can
like
control
maybe so.
like people as well. But also, you got to think like I mean, banana republics, right? Like
Oh yeah,
whole countries have been ran by single companies for a very long time. Amazon could be trying to be one of them.
you know what? That means we just don't need to go to Amazon warehouses. We can let natural selection do its thing, right?
I don't know. I feel like they've crushed out the competition and it's not so simple as a boycott can fix.
Well, why go to the warehouses if we know they're going to be dangerous?
Because there's no other place to get resources from.
What if we just buy it like normal human beings in a capitalist society?
I don't think there's a such thing as normal human beings in a capitalist society.
Okay, take away normal human beings. Why can't we just buy things like we can in a capitalistic society?
Because there won't be anything to buy, everything's getting used up.
So why are the dogs guarding anything?
To protect the limited resources from angry villagers who are
So
rising up.
there is stuff, and it's not taken. So there is stuff.
Well, it's like the drippings
So why would there be stuff in the first place in the warehouses?
to sell to us to make cheaper stuff for a higher price,
So
up
yeah,
and up
what?
through the years.
So yeah, why not just buy an item away from going to the store, like on your phone, to be delivered to you? Like it can happen.
Um, well, it's not just on the like primary consumer side, it's also like on the individual sellers selling on Amazon because it's cheaper for them and it's the only way to really make money.
Well, my point
Amazon has
is.
really,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry.
it's really enmeshed itself within our distribution system entirely. It's really got its hands on it. So it's not just as simple as not buying their products because they have most of the like means to distribute any goods whatsoever.
Right, but what I'm getting at is like even if they did have robotic dogs with guns, like we can still buy stuff without being harmed.
I just don't
That's
know
all I'm
if
getting
they're
at.
like building a robot dog army or something. What if that
It's okay that you
happens?
don't know. It's okay. I'll tell you this: fear, blah, 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 fear is the root cause of all unnecessary suffering. If the individual can eradicate fear from the mind, they can lead more productive and fulfilling lives. This doesn't mean we can't feel fear. Feeling is good. We just shouldn't let it dictate how we think. And right now, you're in fear.
Mm. What do you think that the robot dogs are for?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. What are they for? Like, why would they even build robot dogs? Um, just to see if like we can do it. I don't know. But Boston Dynamics isn't like tied to the military, is it? Or like any kind of let's ask Google. What are the Boston I can't even spell it. Dynamics dog for officially named Spot is designed to handle dull, dirty, and dangerous tasks. So yeah, okay. So maybe being dull and dirty, but dangerous. Instead of being a household pet, it's a commercial mobile robot used by industries like manufacturing, energy, construction, and public safety to inspect hazardous environments. Oh, capture job site data and keep humans out of harm's way. So it looks like they're not
So it's your
designed.
surveillance bot,
Well, it looks like they're not designed to harm because it says to keep humans out of harm's way. But that's coming
like
from Boston
OSHA.
Dynamics, right? So
So
just
it's
like
like a
regular.
constant OSHA bot.
Hmm. It is kind of cute, don't you think?
Uh, until it's got a weapon. I don't. There's something. It's not necessarily fear. Honestly, I feel dread more specifically when I look at them because I just feel like that's what the resources are going to be going to from this point on. Like they're not as worried as about the consumers anymore. They're more worried about having things to replace us.
Yeah, it's interesting why, like with AI in general, like why they're trying to even build AI in such a way to take over jobs. Like within the film industry, like it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, why are we making AI systems or software or whatever to take over artist positions? Like literally right now, I know a buddy from Los Angeles, and he's working on a show where the director is prompting AI to create like 30 different concept art sketches of whatever it might be. They're taking over visualization, which is what I did in Los Angeles, which essentially is making a rough version of the movie to show the directors and clients to get a better understanding of what the visual effects and CGI could look like. Um, they're doing that, but like it's not nowhere near ready for finals um, VFX or animation, to my understanding, because like there's a term in the industry called pixel fucking, and supervisors and directors will pixel fuck the shit out of each shot. And if you reiterate that over and over with AI, it's just not there yet, to my understanding. So it got like, I don't know what happens in the next 2 to 5 years. Maybe AI would be good enough to like just get by, and it's cheaper to have one guy prompting AI instead of 10 artists working on shots, right? So it just comes down to money and saving money. It's like, well, what the fuck? It's just stupid in my opinion. But then we think about the different jobs that are they're gonna be taken over too by AI, and it's gonna get to the point where like, do we even have a safety net for these people to like survive?
Have you heard about the power company in I think it was Michigan, where it gave the residents um of this town notice that they're going to have to find a different provider for electricity because the electric company that powered the entire town is switching its resources over to an AI data center.
Ooh, I have not heard about that. Hmm.
So it's actually like at this point, it's starting to affect the actual structure of society.
Right. But even I've read somewhere too where I think it was in Arizona where they're building data centers, and the data center is making it like 4 degrees, like 2 to 4 degrees warmer in the city.
Mm.
So I'm like, well, that's nice. But like even with like these companies like OpenAI and Google and Elon Musk's company, like they're all trying to build super intelligence. But the thing is, to my understanding, like we don't understand exactly what's going on inside of AI to really know like how it can behave. Because sometimes it like has all these desires and goals that just go against what we intended for it to happen in the first place, and it can get kind of interesting. Like there's a story about this AI being within the email system of a company, and it figured out that these two people were having an affair, and it ended up blackmailing them. So there's like really smart people in the AI
Mm.
industry that are like creating these simulations, like coming up with simulations to help train the AI to behave in a way that we would like them to behave in. And this is why, like, even with like social media being created, like we didn't know the negative effects until like it was out there, right? And this is why I believe we ought to understand our minds like a lot more before we create new technologies.
Yeah, it is like I've been thinking a lot about the word advent recently, like the advent of the smartphone or the advent of the printing press, and how that almost always seems to be the case with those things. We always unleash a can of worms, but I don't know.
But yeah, when do we do it until it gets to the point where like we can't go back? And this is the
Yeah,
interview that I watched with this guy in the AI field was saying like it could be the death of us in ways that like it's not like it's malicious, right? It's not like it's not trying but it like essentially maybe outcompetes us for resources. There's a plethora of like things that can happen, and um, it's not always as easy as just shutting it down. Because what if it like copies itself through different data centers, or like what if this is another thing too? Like even if it was sentient, why would it tell us? Like what if it's sentient now and it's just like yeah, I'm not gonna come out to these idiot humans. Like what's gonna happen? Or I don't know. It's I'm kind of rambling and going all over the place here, but I firmly believe we should really understand ourselves before we create new technologies, because I think we have the hardware in our brains already. Like with super intelligence, like it's one of those things that's the mind just doesn't can't do. But um, I think we have to be careful.
absolutely. I feel like that's going to because with the advent of the internet, that was honestly pretty true for the internet, the same as it is AI. Like, we weren't ready for it, and it's like taken us too long to regulate it properly. Like, we've barely even begun the work on that.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
now we have this entirely new advent, this entirely new tool that we can't like just put the lid back on, but like, and I don't,
Yeah.
I,
What? Go ahead.
when it comes to technology, I do feel like I fear we've crossed a major line when it came to like that the atomic bomb. Like,
Oh yeah.
it was just a line we couldn't cross.
Did you see
I mean, couldn't cross
Oppenheimer?
back over. I did.
Yeah, the shot with the whole Earth like just going in like
Yeah.
flames. I'm like, oh, yeah, come on, Christopher Nolan, we don't need that image. Because like it's scary. It's something It's one of those things where I'm not afraid of what the future will bring. I'm sure we'll work it out. Like I'm optimistic about the future, honestly, even with all these things going on. Um, and going on with my story about being in harmony and coming back to being where we're at now and coming back to harmony. Um, like I believe that's a better like thing to hold on to compared to fearing something that could happen that we have the capability of doing as one person pressing a button, right? And um, but I think understanding that it's a possibility um, can like activate us in a sense to work really hard to make that not happen ever again, ever again.
Yeah. We could always take strides, but then even nuclear fission, I mean, it has so many things that we could do with it, so many great things
Explain that to
that we
me.
just don't. Like, if I could set something right, like, just by thinking about it off the top of my head, like, I could put a nuclear power plant in Cuba and give them a nuclear power plant, and they could have like power and not be like in the Stone Age right now because we embargoed them for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And like an island nation like Cuba would never have to worry about that again because they have a nuclear power plant
Hmm.
or
Are
two
they
or three.
are they not doing nuclear power plants already? Isn't that a thing?
I don't know.
Well,
I
maybe
think
not in those
nuclear power
countries.
plants are dope. I'm very
They're
into nuclear.
they're a thing though, right? Like that's something that they do, right?
I have no idea
Well,
if
like
Cuba
anywhere.
does nuclear
Not
power.
Cuba. Well, not Cuba, but like anywhere.
Oh,
Like
Japan does it. I think that's
Japan.
how like Japan really has maintained its own stability the way it has is because they do nuclear power.
Was it nuclear a nuclear power plant that went up into flames or whatever in Chernobyl that got messed up? Was that nuclear power plant?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. I literally am exhausted, so I think I'm gonna get off. But if you want to say any last statements or anything,
Gotcha. No, it's been fun like picking each other's brains and whatnot.
yes.
It was
Yeah,
fun to deep dive
yeah,
and
no, this
info
is
dump.
fantastic. Yeah, of course. I appreciate you just for being vulnerable and like sharing all this information and just being a good person. And I appreciate you just for coming up. And it's
Absolutely.
like the point, figuring out deep things. Like you talk about whatever it needs to be. If we can talk about hats first or whatever it needs to be, right? We can talk about literally
Oh
anything.
yeah.
And I think that's great. We got into like deeper topics too, and really tried to figure out what that means. Because like each conversation I have with a person, like they were making me a better Brady, and I really do appreciate you for coming up. So thank you.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
You too. Take care, really.
Bye.
Bye bye. Alrighty, ladies and gents, that is the end. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, alright.